like this brings the movement down. Everyone's a feminist until there is a spider around.
So after my last video, I had a lot of people asking why I'm choosing not to vaccinate my children.
Ableism makes non-disabled people so incredibly easy to manipulate. She's using all of the great punchlines of the anti-vaxxer movement, but she's not saying the quiet part out loud, which is that she'd rather have an unalive child than a disabled one. Before you all start in my comment section, I don't give a fuck if you want me to assuage your guilt over thinking that too. We already know what you think about us. You all hate disabled people so much, you'd rather endanger yourself and your children than become us. Then do jack shit to improve the lives of disabled people. You all are constantly discarding of yourselves. Because if you all had listened at all to disabled people, you would realize that this movement started with a fear of us. With Autism Speaks. With all these organizations run by parents of disabled kids because they don't want to mourn their alive child with a disability. You all keep talking about these greater forces being a threat to you all. You're the fucking threat.
My original video, I talked about how affordable housing should be a human right, and I thought this comment was super interesting because it's a worldview that brings up so many questions. Because what does it mean to deserve something, and what does entitlement mean in this case? In a larger universal sense, this may actually be true. Human rights are just that, human-made. The universe does not exist for humanity, and we are just a blip in the sauce. But we're not talking about the inherent value of humanity on a cosmic scale, are we? We're talking about what we as a society deem as necessary for humans to live a decent life among other humans, within the systems that we build and are born into without choice. Calling the demand and desire for the most basic necessities needed for surviving in our modern society as entitled is extremely short-sighted. As if wanting shelter fit for the environment that you live in is some frivolous luxury and not an absolute essential since, I don't know, the dawn of humanity. Also, if demanding affordable shelter sounds so entitled because humans deserve nothing, then what else do we not deserve? Why have laws or rights? Why regulate water and sewage so it doesn't poison people? Why save the sick? Why not just let them die? In fact, why do anything at all if we deserve nothing? Do we even deserve to live? And who decides that? My point is, it's a ridiculous proposal to throw out an ambiguous question of morality and merit in a conversation about concrete needs. Because this is not a question about whether humans deserve things or not. It's a question of what humans need to survive in this day and age, regardless of whether they deserve it. But even if we do break it down to a question of morality, such as the complex, radical idea that hurting others is bad actually, nobody gets hurt when everybody gets shelter. If you don't want it, then sure, you can live out in the woods for all I care, but it will not hurt me or anybody else for you to have a safe place to live if you want it. But if you advocate that people don't deserve affordable housing because ultimately humans don't deserve anything, you are actively on the road to cause suffering and harm to others. You see what I mean? So does humanity deserve anything? I don't know. I'm no god. I'm only human myself. But do humans need housing? Yes, we are only human.